Hello students. In this video lecture, we are going to talk about and discuss about the animal type, which is frog. Alright, so as you can see on your screen, the model, or you can say the external morphology of frog being represented. So in this model, we are going to generalize the morphological characteristics or features of the frog, and we will also come to know some of the basic things or what are the basic characteristics of frog along with its external features. All right, so let's just first talk about its some of the important features, that means the regular features, and then we will talk about its morphology. Now, so the animal types are the frogs. Now, frogs are considered to be, the very first important point is that about a frog is that frogs are usually considered to be amphibians of the animal kingdom, because they can live both on the land as well as in the fresh water. So they basically belong to amphibians. That means that their class is amphibians of phylum Chordata, and they are called so. That means they are called amphibians because they can live both on land and fresh water. They can live both on land and in fresh water. All right, and the most common species of frog that we usually found around ourselves in India, or that is mostly commonly seen in India, is the Rana tigrina. So the frog which you can see on your on this on the screen also is the Rana tigrina. So the most common species which is found in India. Found in India is Rana tigrina. All right, now frogs are considered to be as the cold-blooded or the poikilothermous animals. All right, that means amphibians. This indicates that they are not able to maintain a constant body temperature. They are not able to regulate their body temperature, and their body temperature keeps on varying with the external environmental conditions. So that's why they are called cold-blooded or poikilothermous, because they are not able to maintain the constancy in their body temperature. All right, now frogs also have a very unique ability of changing the color, changing their body color in order to hide themselves from the enemies, which is called as, and this characteristic is called as camouflage. So they have a very unique property and they have a very unique ability of camouflaging themselves. So the next important point is that they can change their color. So they can change their color in order to protect themselves from their enemies. And this is usually known as camouflage. This property is called camouflage. All right. Now, this protective coloration This property is called as camouflaging, and this protective coloration property is also called as mimicry, you can say. All right. And what about their appearance? All right. That means that in which seasons they are seen. So you might you might not see frogs in the very peak summer season or in the very peak winter season. So they usually these frogs, they usually are very much seen during the rainy seasons. So appearance is usually in their rainy seasons. Is in rainy seasons, or during the rainy seasons, you can say. So during the rainy seasons, they are prominently being seen. So and in order to keep themselves away from the extreme heat and the extreme cold, they usually take shelter, and they usually go into a process of sleeping, which is called as summer sleeping and the winter sleep. So these frogs, they also have an ability of protecting themselves from the extreme heat and the extreme cold. So they protect themselves from extreme heat and cold by undergoing summer sleep, which is called as aestivation, and winter sleep, which is actually considered to be as the hibernation process. All right, so these are some of the general features of the frog that we have seen. Now we are going to talk about the morphology of the frog. All right, so basically, as you can see on your screen, so we will first start with the skin of the frog first. So as you can see, the skin of the frog seems to be very shiny and slippery. That means it is smooth and slippery, and this slippery nature or the shiny nature of the frog skin is because of the presence of mucus. All right, and that's why this mucus, the secretion of mucus, always makes or maintains the skin of the frog in a moist condition. So we can just write it down, that skin, or we can just note it down, note it as frog morphology. So skin is smooth, and along with that it is slippery also. So skin is smooth and slippery due to presence of mucus. All right, and this skin is maintained in a moist condition because of the mucus secretion. So the skin is maintained in a moist condition. All right, now let's see its sides. Now the upper part, this side is considered to be as the dorsal side. That means the upper side or the upper portion of the frog is considered to be as the dorsal side. All right, and this side, that means the lower, is considered to be as the ventral side. All right, so the dorsal side, or the color of the dorsal side of the body of the frog is usually olive green in color. So you can see that this is olive green. While on the other hand, the ventral side of the frog, that means the lower side, which you can see. So if I just show you, so this one. So this one you can see, which is the ventral side, it is usually of yellow color. All right, so this one is the ventral side. So this is usually of yellow in color, or pale yellow color, you can say. All right, so the the speciality of the skin is that the frog never drinks water, but it mostly absorbs the water through skin. So skin is also the medium for the absorption of water. So skin is also considered to be as the medium for absorption of water. For the absorption of water. All right, now we will talk about the different body parts of the frog. Okay, and for that we need to flip this model like this way. All right, so the body of the frog is usually divisible into two parts. All right, so body is divisible into two parts, and those two parts are head and trunk. All right, and if I just label it, then this portion is considered to be the head part, and this one is the trunk part. All right, now so it is basically divisible into head and trunk, while when we consider the neck and the tail, so the neck and tail is usually absent, and this is the mouth part which we can see present inferior to the head. So neck and tail is usually absent. All right, now above the mouth you can also see, above to this mouth you can also see a pair of nostrils being found. A pair of nostrils being found. So if I just show you in the model, then like this, the frontal part which you can see over here, this one. So this is basically the nostrils which you can see, the pair of nostrils being present above the mouth.